quick slow-mo of my brushes. I use a Five Below brush cleaner, and I use face soap to clean my brushes. And to dry them, I just put a towel inside of a bucket and just put them all in that bucket and let them air dry. So here I am just checking the temperature of the water to make sure it's not too cold, not too hot, warm water, or a little bit cooler than warm water. I would hate for my bristles to get like heat damage from like the water being too hot. So I just try to make sure I keep it a little bit on the cooler side. And you'll see me just taking some soap, putting it in my hands, and just rubbing it into my brushes and making sure that I like pre-massage them to kind of work out any of the makeup that is in there before I actually go ahead and start to rub them against the makeup pad. So this is something that I caught in my video that I didn't really do and should have done. You don't really want to stand your brushes straight up in the water or immerse your brushes in water, because it can get down to the wood and it can kind of mess up your brushes, and then you'll start seeing your brushes either like lose hair, or the brushes will start to fall apart and not stick together no more at the seam. So you kind of don't want to get your brushes too wet even though you are washing them. As you can see, I left a whole brush in the sink. Don't be like me. Do the right thing. Sometimes you'll catch me just like looking through the bristles of the brushes just to see if there's any product left in there, if there's anything extra that needs to be rinsed out. And I typically do this with all of my brushes. So you should be able to clean your brushes at least once or twice a week, depending on how much makeup you actually apply throughout the week. And then also as well, you should definitely be cleaning your brushes in between faces as well, just like a touch-up, not necessarily a deep cleaning. Deep cleaning should be once or twice a week, and then touch-up cleanings should be after every application. Okay, so I usually wash my brushes until they run clear, just to make sure there's not any leftover makeup residue still in my brushes. You would hate to still have makeup in your brushes and then do your makeup and have an unflawless finish. I know it might look like I'm being rough, but I'm honestly not. I'm just moving fast. You really don't need to apply a lot of pressure to your brushes while cleaning them, because it could damage the brushes, and it could also change the shape of the brushes, and this could possibly affect your makeup in the worst way. So just be careful when it comes to washing your brushes. Okay, so I'm just finishing up these last brushes and just making sure that I get all of the old makeup out of them. Like when you go to drain them or strain them, you'll be able to tell if it's still makeup in there. If the water does not run clear, then there's still makeup in there, and you just want to go ahead and probably do another rinse cycle, just so that you can make sure that you get all of the product out of the brush. Okay, so now I'll be able to show you the brush runs clear, which means I have got all of the product out of the brush. So I just want to make sure I drain any excess water and go ahead and show you guys what my brush look like compared to what the other ones that are not clean look like, just to give you an example of what your brushes should look like when you're finished. Okay, so there's a couple different ways that you can use this brush cleaning pad. You can either hold it or you can have it sitting in the water like I typically do. It's all about preference. And here are my finished brushes. Typically I have like a top that I put on the top of this once it gets finished air drying, but that's about it. Follow me for more videos.